Hey, y'all.
Oh man. All right. Welcome back.
Welcome back, you guys.
Take
How are you? Take two. Yeah.
We had some technical difficulties in the first half of our recordings.
Yes.
First portion, not even half.
Yes. And so today's topic is we're talking about like finance and
Finance.
yeah, finance. We had started everything, and for some reason the mic didn't work, so the recording's there, but there's no sound. So welcome to Scrap and Chat. I'm Cindy.
I'm Gracia.
And so yeah, basically we were just talking about finances in this episode. And we kind of started talking about like advice. Like, do you have any advice for people, or maybe advice that you've tried that you liked and kind of works for you?
Yeah. For me, I don't even remember the advice that I gave. I think for me, the biggest thing to always like save money has always been to put a little bit of money from each paycheck off to the side.
Mm-hmm.
That for me hasn't really been a possibility until pretty much this year, just because COVID was a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
So
it just like set you back a lot.
A lot, tremendously. And I'm finally in a spot where financially I'm so much better and I can actually take that option.
Mm-hmm.
So just putting a little bit of money off to the side has been pretty nice to kind of just like have a little bit of an emergency fund.
Yeah.
In the back.
Yeah, and that's kind of like in the past that's kind of how I would get to the saving as well. Just I would just have like my paycheck every time I would get paid. It would go into it's okay. It would go into my savings. Like I set it up for like automatic situation. I've never really tried. I think at one point, actually, now that I think about it and we're talking about it again.
Yeah.
I think at one point I would go to the bank and I would take out $100 or $200 like cash, and then I would actually put it. I have this little like green jewelry box that it like the center part lifts up, and so I would put the money in there, and I would actually I remember that I saved quite a lot for that time when I was 18, 19, like having $1,000. Oh yeah. So I actually did try that for a while, but I just hate carrying cash. I just hate it. I hate it. I hate it. That's kind of like what I tried. And speaking of carrying cash, actually another thing that just came to mind is, since I'm kind of struggling right now, all the coins and everything that I've always just been like whatever, but I had this bucket that over the years I've just kind of little pennies here, dimes here, whatever. And I was like, shit, like, I need a couple extra bucks or whatever. And so I remembered I had the bucket, and I went to the Coinstar thing. I've never tried this before, but I went to the Coinstar thing, and I got $50.
Oh wow!
I was like, hey, that's awesome.
That's
so
amazing.
I guess having cash here and there
really
later on it will help out. Who knows? But yeah, that's a good one, and I'm sure.
Because everybody has pennies and nickels, whatever, like laying around.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And have you ever had like so I know you have a savings, but there's like an emergency fund where it's like, okay, yes, this is my savings if, I'm saving for something. Right. But the emergency fund's like, you don't touch it at all. And that's only for emergencies. Have you ever tried that?
I have. Well, that's what saved me in COVID for a little bit. I did have an emergency. It wasn't a lot. It was like $3,000 or $4,000, but that paid 2 months worth of my rent.
Oh, wow.
It got eaten up very quickly, but I'm very glad and very fortunate that I had that small amount saved or put aside. And I'm regrowing it again. But
yes, it's just going to take a little bit of time.
But yeah, I did have that little emergency fund back then. I have never really been able to put extra money aside to do like a savings. Like it was either the emergency fund or
one or the other.
Yeah. And so at the time I was just like, oh, I'll just have it for emergencies or whatever, because And now I don't regret it, but at the time, it was just like I have the money, so it's just like I'm not gonna. And I didn't have like anything to look forward to like make that big purchase for. Yeah. So I was like, I'll just leave that as the emergency, and I'll just kind of leave that there.
Leave it alone, basically. Yeah, that's good. I've never actually done that. Like I've just always had a savings, and I was saving for something, and it's never crossed my mind that I should have
Both.
like an emergency fund. Like the money is constantly in there, and you're literally only gonna, touch it for that. Like for example, like I wish that I had done that because, um, when I was working with my aunt and I didn't have like Kaiser being paid by through work, I mean, I wish I had that when I like had to get an operation and pay for all these bills that and you don't touch your savings. Your savings is different. So yeah, I've never even thought of that.
For me, it was now that I have coffee. My dog's name is Coffee. Now that I have coffee, I think I've been meaning to do like a coffee emergency.
Same with Dino.
Hopefully I don't. But in the event that something happens, God forbid anything happens, but we can pull from there. And I actually did start to do like a coffee fund because I pay for his health insurance for the full year, and it's a hefty bill. It's like $600, but it's for the full year. Yeah. But that's money that I just like I know that's gonna go for that. And then I just take it from there. So I do kind of have something like that for him, but it's not as emergency. I should. I should.
Yeah, I should do the same for Dino. The last episode we talked about pets. And
oh yeah,
that's one of the things we talked about. That my cat got sick all of a sudden. Like he was so fine, crazy. And then he wasn't when I came home. And it's like, holy crap! Now I have to take you to the vet. And when you go to the vet, it's not like Kaiser where they'll just send you the bill. No, you have to pay up front. And so it's like, oh, he's fine now, thankfully. But it's just like I don't want him to have to go through something again, and then it's like you're gonna be scrambling to figure out how you're gonna pay for all this stuff. Yeah. I guess that is good to have that. Yeah. Even if it's you don't have kids, that's your kid basically. Yeah. So it's an emergency, like
for that, for sure. That's always been my emergency fund. Him. Yeah. But it's definitely harder putting money aside when you get paid bi-weekly. Like for me, I get paid twice a week, so I have to make sure that whatever money I get paid on the 1st and 15th, it's like I have to do my main payments, all of my bills have to be paid, and then whatever money is maybe left over, then that's where the extra money's gonna go. But because I know you get paid weekly.
Yeah, it's awesome. I prefer it that way. I've always had a job that's basically just weekly, but yeah, paid. And I feel like everybody should get paid weekly because you can manage your money a little bit better, or just like if you have, something that it's like has to be paid, right? You don't have to wait 2 weeks or it's just
you don't have to do so much of an extensive like money management situation.
Exactly.
Like I know for me it's like I get paid the 1st and the 15th, but sometimes if it's a holiday or if it's like Saturday, Friday, it has to be done like
delayed.
The following like business day, which is that Monday, and it does take time. By then it's like the 17th or the 18th, and I'm just like, okay, well, where the fuck is my money?
Yeah.
And then by then it's just like maybe my account is not overdrafted, but it's like fucking closed because I have it like on auto pay for certain things.
Yep.
Starting on the 2nd.
Yeah.
Or the 16th.
That's been happening unfortunately to me. It's like I'm like, oh, I get paid, and then I put whatever I need for my house and everything else, and then it's like, oh, I still have $100, whatever, and then like I'll check the next day and it's like negative, and I'm like, what happened? But I forgot that I had my Verizon bill that was automatic. Yeah. It's like, son of a bitch,
And then whatever money you thought you had is probably like you have to pay the overdraft fee or whatever.
Exactly. It's just God. Yeah. So frustrating.
It's very. But yeah, getting paid bi-weekly, it's a struggle sometimes, but you get used to it.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to. What else are you gonna do?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So.
Shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit.
Yeah, so now since you.
Both ways.
Oh my god.
Hold that, please.
Like all of it?
Yeah.
Oh, I love that sticker color.
I know.
Like the shininess?
Yeah.
I love it. Okay. Yeah, so you have certain days where your money's gonna come out. Yeah. And all of a sudden they're changing everything.
Yep. And they did warn us, and they're trying to figure it out so we can get paid sooner.
Uh-huh.
But it's still very like, holy shit, I need my money.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, people will get used to it or just try to work with it.
Yeah.
But with my job, I'm thankful that, again, I went back to the 1 week situation.
Yeah.
And yeah, so like I was saying, after that whole situation and I got out of the bad things,
Yeah.
you know, throughout my life, I've moved a lot, like house to house to house. And don't get me wrong, my childhood, I mean, we've talked about this before. It was amazing. Yeah. Like every single house that we lived in, I had a blast and good memories all over for me. I grew up with my mom always wanting her own home. And who doesn't, right? And I know, I mean, I was with a person that never wants to buy a house ever in their life because it's a big responsibility. Like, people are like, oh, I want to buy a house. Well, now that I have a house, I'm like, for sure I am. Like, it's not just, oh, I just want to buy a house. It's like, oh my God, well, now something breaks, it's your responsibility. You're not going to call the apartment person and be like, hey, my, you know,
dishwasher.
Yeah, something is broken and they come and fix it or they pay for it. No. It's like everything falls on you. Like my fridge last year stopped working 2 weeks before I was gonna leave to Mexico. Oh. Okay, had that on there. And so I had to like scramble to find a fridge and like things like that happen. And so, you know, I grew up with always hearing my mom, I want a house, I want a house, I want my own home. Like I don't want people telling me that I can't
do it.
You know, paint the walls or whatever the hell, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she just wanted control of it. And so then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna start saving to buy my own house. Like, I really want that. And so what I did is every paycheck, you can go into your bank and automatically put for it to like transfer money into your savings. Mm-hmm. So every paycheck I would have either $100 or $150 go into my savings. Yeah. And, you know, not everybody can do that. I mean, I was single and, you know, like I said, I wouldn't go out that much and stuff. So I had that amount to be able to put it over there to the savings part. But I probably did that. I think I saved for about 10 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, about 10 years, just constantly putting money into my savings or whenever I would get the taxes back. Uh-huh. You know how you get two, the federal and the whatever? Yeah. So the bigger one, the bigger amount that I would get, I would throw it into my savings. Oh, that's and then the other one, I would use it to either go buy something or like treat myself, you know what I mean? So yeah, after 10 years, I was able to have that money to be able to put down a good chunk for my house. Yeah. You know, so that was probably one of the biggest purchases for me. Yeah. No, and then also my bike.
Oh, yeah, your bike.
My bike, for the longest time, I started riding motorcycles in 2007.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Were you still in high school?
Right out of high school. I graduated 06.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. And then my friend, she introduced me to this dude that had a Suzuki 600. Enrique.
We only went to high school 1 year together?
So, you know what? I've kind of thought back to high school, and I think that I was only there with you guys the last year that I was, like, in 2006 is when we ran into each other, remember? One day we'll probably talk about that whole situation. It was like a movie, but I think that was my senior year when we ran into each other because
No, it had to been.
I don't really remember hanging out that much.
No. So, because I 6, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. In 2005, I graduated 8th grade, and then that fall of 2005, I started high school because I graduated in 09.
Then yeah, you were just there 1 year. Holy shit.
Why does it feel like longer?
I have no clue.
You know what I mean, though?
Yeah.
Well, for me,
it's the scissors.
Yeah.
I thought we got more scissors.
I don't know.
But anyways, yeah. So since I started writing, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get my bike, and I always was like, I'm gonna get my bike, and then I was in that horrible situation where I never had money, and so then when I was finally single, I started saving, for my motorcycle, and finally, like, again, sacrifices you have to make. You're not gonna like buy stuff for yourself, and that was I guess my first big purchase, Yeah. But then the second one was buying my house, and
Yeah.
it was great. Have you ever like saved for anything big?
No.
You would save for your damn tickets for EDC.
Yes and no. For EDC, they have a payment plan.
Oh, do they really?
Yeah. That's how I'm able to go to all because like I get the payment plan. Like, I guess I do save like for the hotel and stuff. Like as soon as the tickets are available, we purchase them, but then we do a payment plan, and then every month I just take money from my paycheck and I just pay the like 100 or whatever.
Yeah.
Like the Coachella tickets are 175 for 2 people.
Oh, okay.
And not bad. And
for
so
2 people, not bad.
Not bad at all. And so every paycheck I just pay or every month I just pay the 175 until it's paid off.
Yeah.
The only thing that I do save for is like the Airbnb or the hotel or whatever. Expedia has like this great thing. It's like you reserve now, pay later.
Yeah, I love that.
And so I do that, and then I pay when I get there.
Mm-hmm.
So that's like the biggest thing like we save for, or I save for.
Mm-hmm.
But I know I should save y'all, but I'm like the worst when it like. I think now because I'm more stable, I'm able to save. But in the past, I'm just like, first I was young.
Yeah.
And then we went to fucking COVID, and then that's what like ruined me.
Yeah.
And then now I'm just like, okay, I can be more smart with my money.
But you say you want to buy a house, right?
So yes, but now like I'm still dealing with all of that debt from COVID.
Yeah.
In COVID, I had to take out 2 loans because I wasn't making any money. And I still had to pay rent. I still had to buy groceries. I still had a car note. Thankfully, my car is fully paid off.
Yeah. The Honda, you already paid it off?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I paid it off last year.
Oh, wow, that's awesome. Oh,
yeah.
Huge weight off your shoulder.
Huge, so much.
I think that's like the worst thing you could do, but
yeah.
Sometimes it's necessary.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's the only thing you could do.
Yeah. And so I'm very grateful that I have my car paid off. That's been like a huge weight lifted off my shoulder. It's been a thing where I'm just like I can't save in that moment. Now I can. But actually I was just having this conversation with Michael. I'm just like, I want to, yes, we want to buy a home, but I don't want to go into buying a house with all of this like accrued debt. Yeah. So I'm going to give myself by the end of next year to be fully paid off, because I accumulated easily, I'm going to guesstimate $20K just in loans and credit card debt. Oh God. But I'm grateful that I had it. I'm grateful that my credit score was good enough to get,
you were able to do it.
Exactly. Yeah. But now is when I'm like,
I need to get
sufficient enough in my finances to be able to pay everything off. In the past, I was like, yes, I was working, getting money, but I was so much like I was drowning. I was like literally just like paying like the absolute basics to like live, and I was surviving. Yeah. Now it's just like, okay, like my goal is to pay the loans off first, because those are like the more important ones.
Yeah.
And I'm paying a little bit to the credit cards just to be like, here you go.
Yeah.
And then once the loans are fully paid off, which I think they'll be paid off by the end of this year.
Oh, that's amazing.
It's great. And since moving to San Ramon to now, I've paid off 6 to 8K.
Oh my god, that's awesome.
It's great.
Doesn't it feel amazing?
Yes.
Though? Like,
so I'm not bad with my money. It was just a really bad situation.
Yeah.
And
that's how I am right now.
Yeah, and it sucks, but now that like all of those loans are going to get paid off, I'm going to focus on the credit card. So that's why I'm giving myself like a 2-year period to like do all of that.
Yeah.
And then cuz I have a spreadsheet and everything. If I didn't have all of these like credit cards and loans and stuff like that, I would have easily $1,000 left over every paycheck. Not month, every paycheck.
That's so
insane. But all of that is just getting eaten up by all of this other stuff. And so when I'm done with paying everything off, then I can save for that house. But until then, I'm not
super
stressed.
Smart. Yeah, that's super smart though, because I mean, you don't want to add things, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of what's happening right now. Like, I've never been in debt in my life.
That's amazing.
The only thing I would always told myself that I would be in debt with is when I buy my house.
Yeah.
And that's it. But it just so happens that, you know, I don't regret doing the daycare.
Yeah.
I don't regret.
Listen.
Yeah, and I don't regret it. I'm so glad that my aunt and I did that, because it's something that she had always wanted to do. I had always wanted to try something, like to start a business and stuff like that, and kind of see.
Just throwing things on you.
I feel like, yeah. You just push me off.
All right.
And so,
oh my.
And so, I don't regret it one bit, and we knew that it was going to be hard, but I, you know, after putting down the down payment for my house, and I still had money left over. I probably had like close to $10,000 that I had in my savings, and I was like, this is a great time, because I know that this is going to be the only income taking care of these kids. And in our mind, we were like, well, everybody needs daycare. Yeah. Everybody needs people to take care of their kids here and there. But you guys, like, oh my God, it was the most like shocking thing. And I get it. You're leaving your kid with somebody that you don't know, hoping that they take care of them in the best way possible. So I totally understand that. But it was so difficult trying to get a damn kid. Yeah. We ended up getting 3 kids. In this little bag. But yeah. You know, like, we got 3 kids, but for 2 people, that's even. And we like looked at the amounts in the areas, and we were like, okay, well, we're not charging like, you know, up the ass. Like, we were charging decent, not too low, but we were charging like a little bit higher than normal, because my aunt, she has 13 years of experience. Um, you know, she's always been around kids. I've always been around kids, but she also has certifications and this and that and this and that. So it's not like it's just like me, random person. Hey, I want to take care of your kid. I have no experience at all. Like, she had experience, and also with like autistic children, she had experience with all of that too. So it's like we were okay to charge what we were charging. So we thought it was going to be enough money, but it just didn't end up being enough money. And so for this whole year, I kept going into my savings, and I kept going into my savings. And I ran out of savings. Like, I think the last $2,000 that I had in my account, that's when I had to tell my aunt, like, you know what? I'm so sorry, but I can't do this anymore. Yeah. Like, I have to go back to the job that I was before, because if not, like, you know, like,
I can't survive.
Yeah. I can't. It's ridiculous. And so it was a bummer.
And you worked so hard for your house. Like, imagine, like.
Yeah, no. And so, she still has the daycare, which is great. Something that she loves. I ended up noticing that it's not my thing. Yeah. I love taking care of kids, but we just had two different visions of what we wanted to do. So she's still doing it. She loves it, and the income is enough for her. But
Great.
yeah, which is awesome. Are you kidding me? Um, but um, but I just had to go back to a regular job, and it sucks because I ran out of my savings, and this job now, even though I'm getting paid a normal amount, you know, it's only enough to make the amount for my house, pay the couple bills that I have, and get food for whatever I need. But I don't have any extra money.
Yeah.
And even though I want to save and I'm good at saving, that money that I have left, I can't put it into savings. Like, I need to put gas or stupid little things that come up, you know?
Yeah.
And so it's really frustrating right now being in that situation. And, you know, it's gonna probably come, which I hate, it's gonna come to the conclusion that I'm probably gonna have to get a second job. So here I am. There's so many people out there, you guys, that work 2, 3 jobs, and it's still not enough for them, you know? And so it's horrible, horrible being in this situation. I haven't been in this situation in a very long time.
Yeah.
And it just like kind of opens your eyes, you know, like to not take. And whoever says that money doesn't make you happy, you guys are idiots. Because money definitely makes me happy. Like, with money, you can be free, sort of, in a way, to a certain extent. You know, like, I don't know. There's so many things that, like, we can get into about that. But, man, it's just really frustrating. And, and yeah, so I might have to get a second job. You know, I'm trying to, like, I do little like arts and crafts things, and I try to sell that. And you know, it's just trying to figure out, okay, how I'm gonna make extra, but yeah, I think it's gonna end up being where I'm gonna have to get a afternoon job. So working full time, and then now I have to get an evening to or night job, which is crap, but it's temporary. So
Yeah.
we'll see. We'll see. How's yours coming along? It's empty.
No, I have stuff.
What is this?
Success is not for the lazy.
For the lazy. True that. True that. So, have you ever like spent something on your or like bought something and you feel guilty?
No. Because every purchase that I make with that intention of like, is it gonna make me happy? If not, then why get it?
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's true.
I think that
that's the end of that, you guys.
no, like I feel like I'm very intentional where my money goes.
Yeah.
And like I'm not a big like designer or shoes person, jewelry. Like I'm a very much like give me your time and give me like this. Like I my what's that? Love language. There you go.
Love language
is quality time.
Yeah.
And if we can go and do something, like I would love creating memories instead of like spending it on a bag. Exactly. And so
yes.
For me, yes, I put all my money on all those vacations and festivals and all that stuff, but that's what makes me happy.
Yeah.
That's where like I go and de-stress. And why would I regret that?
Yeah.
So
yeah, no, because it's happened to me before where I do feel guilty because I'm always like, you know, and I'm not a material person either. Like you said, I'd rather go out in the, you know, lake and just sit there and enjoy, or, you know, I'm not gonna go and buy a pair of jeans because they're brand or whatever. Exactly. You know. But you know, even when I do set money aside to purchase something that I am going to enjoy or whatever, in the back of my mind, I'm like, I have to convince myself, okay, I'm gonna buy this, and you know, it's beautiful, but should I just maybe save some money to like maybe, you know, what if a bill gets backed up, or this and that. So it's like I always have that in the back of my mind.
I guess for me, it's like I always pay everything off first, and then whatever money's left over, it's like, oh, then I can just
see that's I can't do that. I can't do that. I always
have a little baggie for these. You know where the little baggie went?
Here.
Oh, thank you. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. Like,
so I'm very much a spender, not a saver. Sorry, Michael. He's the total opposite of me. I'm just like,
oh yeah,
he saves, I spend.
You spend everything he saves.
Sorry, babe.
I'm gonna copy your idea of putting it around.
Isn't it cute?
It's adorable.
Thanks.
I love that.
I get good ideas sometimes.
It's super cute. And these I love how like shiny they are. I don't know if you guys can see it in the camera, but it's like a chameleon effect, I guess.
Oh, here. I don't know if you want another picnic thing. I've got one already. Why do I keep losing my thoughts?
I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
We were up pretty late, so maybe that's why.
Girl, you old. To myself. Was it hard for you to get out of debt many years ago?
So before, like I said, I didn't really have debt.
Okay.
I didn't really have.
You were just broke.
Yeah, I was just broke because you know who.
Yeah.
Not
he who should not be named.
You know who. Just spent every single dime that I would get, just like what you were saying right now.
But I do it smart, okay?
That's what I was gonna say. He just did not care, and like I said, even if we had $10 left, he would just use that to go out with his friends or whatever the hell, right? So that's why it was so bad.
These are stickers, by the way.
Oh, they are?
Yeah.
Oh, cute. Is this sticker too? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the only reason, so I did something really stupid besides being with him. I bought him a car.
I remember.
Yeah. And so, when you're in an abusive relationship, you do stupid things because you just either they threaten you or you just think that you doing what they're asking is going to make them treat you differently. And you're not thinking. You're not thinking. I don't know how to explain it to people, and only people that have I ripped my mushroom. Oh, that's okay. Only people that have been through that will understand what the hell I'm saying.
Yeah.
But anyways, long story short, I bought him a car, and since I was the only one working, I was the one paying off the car. Mm-hmm. And so after we broke up, since the car was under my name, I still had to pay it.
Oh, shit.
Right? So that just was the situation. Mm-hmm. And, I was in debt until I paid it off. But I was able to, like I said, I'm really good with my money, so it wasn't a problem, paying it off fairly quickly.
That's good.
But since then, I haven't been in debt, and now.
Why didn't you keep the car then?
It wasn't my style, and I don't want something that he.
Then why didn't you sell it if it was under your name?
Yeah, see, there's a lot of things that I could have done that I didn't do. Good questions. Good questions. Sorry. It's okay. It's okay. I've been asked that too before, and I don't know why. I could have gotten good money.
You were using your cabeza.
Yeah, I wasn't using my brain. And so now I am in debt because unfortunately, the house, yeah, that doesn't even count. Like my credit cards.
Oh, got it.
I have 2 credit cards that because I didn't have any money, I used them.
Uh-huh. I'm listening.
I use the credit cards, and so unfortunately, now I'm in debt, and they keep calling me, and they keep calling me, and they keep calling, and I told the lady that I talked to, I'm like, you think that I don't want to pay you? Like, you guys keep calling me, like, one day to the other, like, I'm going to come up with X amount of money out of my butt. Like, no. Like, please, like, stop calling me. You guys are causing me more stress. I understand I'm in debt with you guys. I understand I need to pay. I wish that I had enough money left over for my paychecks to pay. You know, sometimes I try to pay like $20 here, $50 here, whatever, and then sometimes I just can't. And so it sucks because it took me so long to make my credit better after I left, you know who, and and so yeah, you know who. It took me a while to get my credit up from that situation, and it just sucks that now I'm in a situation where I'm in debt, you know, and I don't want my credit to go back down. So yeah, it's really stressful. And I was thinking of actually getting a loan. Who did you get that with? I don't know if loans are good because I feel like I'm already in debt and now I'm going to be in debt with a loan person. You know what I mean?
I don't regret getting that loan.
Oh, really?
Thankfully, so at the time I had pretty decent credit, and because of that, my loan was on the higher end. And now I just pay back monthly. I think my payment is like $300.
So that's what I was thinking. I don't know if I'm stupid and it doesn't make sense what I'm thinking, but like, so I have those two credit cards. What I was thinking is getting one loan for just the amount that I owe. And just paying off the credit cards? Paying off the credit cards so they stop calling me.
That's what.
And I don't use them anymore. And then I only have one payment that.
Yeah, do that.
Like, I'm like.
That's what I did. But then I had to reuse my credit cards because I needed money.
Yeah.
So I originally had to use all of my credit cards after my stimulus check ended. To pay bills and whatever.
Yeah.
And then after that, I took out a loan to do what you just said, to pay off all the credit cards. And then I was able to just have one, but se me acabó el dinero with paying off all the freaking debt. And then I used whatever remaining to pay off not mortgage, rent. And then that lasted me a couple months, but then I was just like, I still need fucking money, so I had to reuse my credit card. So it's just like this really bad cycle of needing money and not having money, and nobody was fucking hiring because it's COVID.
Yeah. No, I think in my situation it would be fine. Just because like there's two separate ones that I have to do.
Yeah.
And if I just pay that off, it's like, okay, done. I know I'm not going to use my cards. Like they're there, like I'm not going to use them. And then I would just have that one payment that I could just, concentrate on that, and that would be it. The only thing, those are the ones that are just really stressing me out because they call me constantly, and I get it. They're doing their job. Like, you know, sometimes people just, but like I said, go into crazy situations.
You should do that if you have the opportunity to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it also sucks because like I'm gonna be going to Mexico in like 3 weeks, I think. Ish, right?
Yep.
And it just sucks that it's in this time where I don't have any money, And then she was saying, well, why don't you just cancel? Like cancel going to your trip. Yep. And it's like, yeah, like that would be a smart idea, right? But I already bought the tickets a couple months, or my aunt did. And then they're non-refundable. And then also like my grandpa, he's turning 90. He's really, really old. He fell like 2 months ago, I think. And he broke his femur or his hip, whatever. And I don't know, that kind of just did something to him where his mind, he already had Alzheimer's, but he still remembered like my mom and like certain people that he would come across.
Yeah.
But this last fall, like he just became like a little baby. Like he just doesn't want to move. He's scared.
Yeah.
And then he doesn't remember anybody. And so it's like, I don't want to regret not going.
For sure.
And God forbid, I hope he lives long, but it's reality.
Yeah.
Right. And so when you start seeing people like deteriorate like this, that it's like, okay, So I told her, I was like, two things that you always have to prioritize. And I was telling my friend, she was here on Friday, is family and your health. Money's always going to come around. you're always going to figure it out. Whether you have to get 2-3 jobs, you're going to get the money. But you don't know if that person's going to be there, tomorrow.
I think you also have that mentality because of what happened to your family.
Yeah.
Like, I love Wendy. It's right here. I'm hiding them. Like, I love Wendy, and I love her. She's my cousin. She's practically a sister, Yeah. But obviously I'm not as close to her like you are. Mm-hmm. And so I don't think I was affected as much as you, and obviously you had to take care of her. And
did you go to the hospital?
Yeah.
Like I went to that whole time was a blur.
Like I was there, I went to see her, but that was it. I went to just see her. You were there taking care of her. You were there taking care of your parents. Like it was a very different dynamic for your mental perspective, or your perspective in general. Mm-hmm. And I feel like that's where it's like, yeah, it's my grandfather, but I'm not also super close to him either. So I'm just like, I love him, but
yeah, you didn't grow up that much with him. Mm-hmm. I did.
Yeah.
I mean, we were there all the time. When I was 4 years old, we actually moved to Mexico, and I think we were supposed to stay over there. Like that was the plan. Yeah. That was a plan. And then my mom, she got pregnant with my sister, and so we moved back to the United States, and then we kind of just stayed over here. But we would go constantly, and just a big part of my life was my grandpa and being at his house. Yeah. These huge 9-bedroom, 3-bathroom house, and so many memories, and so it's a little different for me. So I understand, like, not going, but I don't know, different scenarios, and it just sucks. Like we said, I mean, right now I'm struggling so bad financially, and it sucks.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's like I have to do this, and whatever.
And that's what we're for you. Yeah. No, I get that. So.
Oh no! Oh, the flipping! Oh no! How's yours coming along?
I think it's good. Yeah. I like these vision board things.
Yeah,
they're helping.
Very cool. Very cool. What do you think about like letting people borrow money, or have you ever borrowed money from somebody?
If I have to know the person. I feel like if you know the person well enough, that's when they start to ask you for money. Like they're not just not a random person that you only met like twice. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So obviously anybody who asks me for money is people that I've known for a very long time. Mm-hmm. If I have the money, sure. Mm-hmm. Pay me back whenever. It could be now, like a month, it could be 5 months, it could be next year. Mm-hmm. Like,
but you just make sure that they pay you back.
And if they don't, I mean,
you're not friends with them anymore.
No. I'm just like, it's money.
Really?
They obviously needed it.
Guys, call her. Call.
No, right? And that's where like my I don't even call it naiveness, but just I trust these people so much that I know that they're gonna pay me back. Yeah. Like if I give them money, it's like, oh, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
It's like no rush. Obviously, like if I'm in need of money, I'll be like, you know what, I can lend you some money, but I
not
can't,
all of it.
Yeah. This is however much I can offer. That's kind of like my take on that.
Yeah. I don't know. I never like to ask for money, like ever, ever. Because I mean, before when I had savings, if I lended somebody money or whatever, or sorry, I mean, that's the thing. I've never had to ask because I always had money.
That's good.
But I've lended people money before, and obviously I knew the people and I trusted them to pay me back. So.
And I think that there's like a really big like difference in like my life, obviously, and yours. Like when I was going through all of that like financial hardship, like I had Michael to lean back off of.
Yeah.
And so yes, I was in deep shit, and probably he was too because he was paying everything.
Yeah.
But I knew that at the end of the day, we were going to be okay because we had each other.
Yeah.
To kind of fall back off.
Yeah.
Of each other.
That's cute.
And so I'm very grateful and appreciative of his.
Just being there.
Yeah, of his presence.
Just being there, because you have situations also where, I mean, you have a couple and their money's their money.
Yeah.
And you're struggling, well, too bad, so sad, yeah. You know, and I know a person in that situation right now, and it's like the worst thing ever. The worst thing ever. It's like, how can you let somebody be struggling like that?
Yeah.
And like for me, I've always been on my own, so you gotta figure it out.
Yeah.
You know, thankfully my mom made us really strong headed and you know, when you're in shit, like figure it out.
Yeah.
You know, but it would be nice to
have that
have
support.
somebody to like,
yeah,
hey, you know what? I can't cover this bill. Can you cover it for me
Yep.
this time? And not an expectation of having to pay them back.
Yes.
You know?
And that's, I think, the biggest like breath of fresh air that I had with Michael. It's like he took on paying the rent, the groceries, and anything. Like it was him. And not once did I ever feel like he belittled me.
Yeah.
Or he rubbed it in my face. Like never. And I know he never will.
Yeah.
And every now and then we'll like joke around and be like, if we go to groceries, be like, if I pay for the groceries this time around, be like, I'll pay you back.
Yeah.
And just like, or how much do I owe you?
Yeah.
Like now we can like do silly little things like that. But like in the past, and be like, he'd be like, I got it. Like I know he was struggling too, which sucks.
Yeah.
But he manned up. He's like, I got you.
Yeah,
like,
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, like in my situation right now, like I'm gonna be gone most of July.
Yeah.
And so since I went back to my old job in January, I haven't accumulated enough like PTO hours. So I'm kind of stressing about like, holy crap, I depend on every single week's paycheck to make my monthly payment for the house.
Yeah.
And so since July, I'm not going to get that many hours. I'm just like, oh, what am I going to do? How am I going to come up with this money?
Yeah.
And mi tia was like, hey, if you really, really need it, like I can let you borrow that money, whatever you need. But in the back of my mind is like, well, I barely have enough.
Yeah.
So I don't know when I'm gonna pay you back. And I hate feeling that I'm constantly thinking about it. Oh my god, I need to pay this person.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I need to pay this person. And so I never ever like borrowing money from people. But if it comes to it, I might.
Yeah.
Because it's for my house and I'm gonna defend this house until the end of time.
Yes, you should.
Because I worked so hard for it. So I don't know. It's just sometimes I feel like I failed basically. Oh. I know, but I've never been in this situation since way back when. Yeah. And so it's like I feel like, oh, I shouldn't be in this situation, but you know, things happen. And I know it's only a moment in time. I forgot what movie or I've seen this, but it says it's only a moment in time. It will end. Like there's an end to it, you know. Yeah. So that's what I'm hoping for soon. Yeah. And it will. You know. I know. So these little quotes are so cute.
I know.
And this one's pretty cool. It says a comfort zone is a beautiful place, but nothing ever grows there. Yep. That's awesome. That is awesome. How's your thing coming?
I think it's okay.
Yeah, I'll just show a little thingy of how mine is so far. I put some dollar signs. Didn't really develop very well. Look. Oh yeah, it's kind of like I wonder why. Maybe because we clicked it and we did it too fast. Like we didn't let the camera do its thing or like reload. Maybe
I don't know. Joseph. Yeah.
Okay. Question. Oh, let's see here.
Money, 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 money. Oh, money. What else?
I don't know. Let's see.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't know. You can kind of just wrap up your page, and then we'll call it a day. Yeah.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah. So I was saying, it's only a moment in time, and things, will pass, and I might have to get a job when I come back from Mexico, but I'm gonna go to Mexico and enjoy my time.
That's what she's doing, as you should.
Yeah, yeah. So we'll see, and then I don't know. We'll see about the job thing. My mom was like, "Oh, you should just like let somebody move in with you. But I'm like, oh,
no.
No, it's so difficult living with somebody.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been living on my own forever, and it's like, yeah, well, would they help with the house and things like that? Yes, yes, but everybody likes their space. And I really don't think I want to share my house until I meet that special person, and then, it gets to that point where they move in or whatever.
Yeah.
But before then, I don't think so. I don't think so. But we're kind of wrapping things up. We're gonna just put a couple little more things on here, and if you guys want to go in the comments and kind of leave maybe something that you guys have struggled with financially, or maybe advice.
Oh yeah.
On how to like save, or I know people have used those, those little like booklet things, like
I have one.
Oh, do you really?
Well, yeah, I bought it for saving for Scotland. That's how.
Oh, okay. That's a good idea, actually. I should start doing that. I never carried cash. That's what annoys me. Like, it's like, oh, I have to go to the bank and I have to take out money. And it's crazy because even though I see the money in my savings, I just pretend it's not there. Like, I'm never tempted to touch it.
For me, it has to be out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah, no, not for me. I just see it there and I'm like, oh.
Man, I should give you all my money.
I think you were going to do that.
For a while.
Remember?
Yeah, but then life.
Yeah, it never happened.
It never happened. No, I think now I probably will.
Yeah. I mean, every time that because when we do the recordings, you can just be like, here you go.
Yeah.
And then I go secretly spend it.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah. Yeah, we can.
I might just that.
Because.
But see, by the time I see.
By the time you see me, there's no more. I had money.
Somewhere. You see this nice capture?
There. Let's see here.
Money.
Let's put it on here. Okay. Yeah, and I'll take this moment to say that if you guys haven't watched all the other podcast recordings, go watch them. Subscribe. It just makes us happy. And any feedback that you guys think, or we're all ears, and we'd love to have you guys put comments and yeah, kind of just follow along. We're trying to think of like different topics to talk about, and some are more serious than others, obviously. But I think it's important either way to just talk about normal stuff, not always just be like laughing and whatnot. And I don't know what else.
Or if there's anything you guys want to see more of, or
maybe a topic that you guys want us to talk about.
Yeah,
bring it on. Just let us know. I think it'd be really cool because
then you will take care of everything.
Yeah, I'll just do it all on my own. But yeah, that's a good idea. I didn't think of that. That is a long day.
Which we have not used. If you like, I've used all of them at some point.
Ooh. Oh, you found a money one.
Yeah.
That's cute.
The 2 pages, one's going to be for summer, one's going to be for the topic that we talked about.
Oh, cool. Very awesome. It's so cute. I really like these ones that you got.
Which one's
this one?
Oh, I know. I love. Can you check the little package actually where they came from? Can I see that?
Yeah.
I want to see if there's anything else in the back.
In the back?
Yeah. Like here. Oh, that's it. Never mind.
Oh. You know what? I was actually really surprised. I have a cat. We've talked about my cat before, Dino, and I thought he was. I mean, cats love to be nosy, and
I know when she texted me a couple days ago, she's all like, so I have a cat, right? And I was just like, in my head, I was just like, what the fuck does that matter? And then she's like, well, he's going to be all over the place. I'm just like, it'll be fine.
Yeah, I was like, he's going to want to climb everywhere, sniffing around, and
I'm going to do this one because it was my birthday for June.
Oh, yeah. And I was like, okay, if worst comes to worst, I'm just probably going to have to, like, put him in my room or something, close the door. But he hasn't even come out.
I know.
I'm really surprised. Like, really surprised.
Steam.
Super. This one. It's really better. Oh my gosh. Have you ever bought anything expensive for somebody? Or have you ever been gifted something expensive?
Yes and yes. So Michael's my first boyfriend. In case you missed it.
In case you didn't go look at the other videos.
I know, right? And to me, it was at the time the more expensive gift. He's given me two really expensive gifts. The first one, it was our first Christmas as like being official. Mm-hmm. And I didn't know it at the time, but we were walking around the mall and we were like window shopping, just browsing. Mm-hmm. And I saw this really cute like Michael Kors bag. Ooh. And I don't know if I made a comment or I just stared at it a little. I don't know. But he gifted it to me for Christmas. And I was just like, why'd you get it to me? He's like, well, you looked at it like you really wanted it. Oh, and I was like, he's a great guy. And then I told him, I was just like, I absolutely like love this gift. Thank you for it. I'm very appreciative of it. But I was like, I really don't want this to be where your money goes for me. Yeah. I was like,
I'd rather you take me somewhere.
Yeah. And he really listened to that. And there was one year that I really wanted to go to EDC, but that was actually the year 2022, just right out of COVID when I was like struggling financially. And for Christmas he gifted me EDC tickets.
Oh my gosh!
And so I was just like, oh my god, that I was about to cry. Yeah, and I was just like, I didn't, but
you cry?
I felt emotion. I was like, what is this?
I felt emotion.
And so to me, like,
that was big.
Because EDC is not fucking cheap.
No, it's not.
It's not. And so those were like the two biggest things that like he really like spent money on for me.
So cute.
And I love every minute of those two gifts. But for him, what did I spend on him? It wasn't like extremely expensive, but at the time, like I was struggling. Mm-hmm. So to me, it was like a big purchase. He was really, to this day, he's still big into golf, but back then he was like golfing every weekend. Oh. And he always kept saying, oh, I need a new golf bag. I need a new golf bag.
Oh, wow. Oh, is that the one that's in the living room all the time?
Yeah. And so I bought him a golf bag. Oh, cool. And it was so funny because I think he was, no, I don't think we were in Sacramento yet. But anyway, so I sent it to his parents' house. Mm-hmm. And I called, I don't know if it was his mom or his sister. I think it was his mom. I was just like, hey, like I bought this gift for Michael. Can I come over and wrap it and just leave it there? And she's like, yeah, that's fine. So I come over and it's just us two. We're just talking, chatting it up. And I'm like, doing his gift. And it's tall. It's a tall bag. And so it was like the biggest gift that's under the tree. And then
like on the side.
Yeah, pretty much. And then Christmas came about and everybody's opening his gifts, and then he didn't expect it or anticipate that gift being for him. Aww. And so he was like the last one to like open the gift. And I was like, oh, this is for you. He's like, what? And I was like, yeah.
So just like cute. Yeah. Nailed it. That's awesome.
Yeah. So that was a really cute moment.
Very cool. I love that story. Did not know that story.
Yeah. That's so cute. I want this. Is this a sticker? No. But that was like the biggest thing. Mm-hmm. Okay. The car was probably the biggest gift that you bought for someone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Learned your lesson.
I learned my lesson. Yeah. I think, I don't know, that was not willingly like bought. Yeah, I don't know how to describe those emotions right now.
Yeah.
You know, I bought it, but was I happy about it? No. And I was in debt for it for a while, and so somebody bought me. So I always wanted a motorcycle, and this is before I had my motorcycle that I have now. But I had this little 93 Acura Integra stick shift. So such a fun car. But I accidentally blew the engine on it. Oh. And so the guy I was dating at the time, such a fun time with him. But then one day, he had dropped me off at work, and then he's like, I'll come and pick you up. And I was like, okay. And so he actually showed up in his Harley, super sexy. And so we go to my house, and then he's like, oh, I want to show you something. And so we go down to the garage, and there was a brand new,
oh shit,
all white Suzuki 600 that he bought me. I was So let me tell you, I was like ecstatic. Are you kidding me? Like nobody had ever, 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 ever done something like that for me. Like never. And I was in shock. I was like, really? This is mine? Like, oh my God, right? And 2 weeks later, it got stolen. I got ready for work, and then I went out ready to leave, and then I didn't see it. I was like, what the hell? And then so I called him, and I was like, hey, did you put the bike somewhere else? And he's like, what are you talking about? He kind of was like, are you serious? Like, why are you asking me this question? I was like, you're never kidding, right? Like, are you kidding? Like, did you move it somewhere? You're playing a joke on me. He's like, no. I was like, it's not here. And so I went to management, and sure enough, there was a video of somebody going into the garage. Because anybody can go in. Like, yeah, it has the freaking doors, but if a car goes through, you can walk. It wasn't protected. And so you could see them messing with the front end where the handle is, and they cut the wire, they like snapped it or whatever, and they just drove out. And I reported and stuff, and a couple months later they call me, hey, we found your bike, but obviously it's stripped completely from all parts. Like, I don't want that shit, you know? Yeah. So yeah, but that's the biggest thing that somebody has ever like surprised me or gifted me. I've never really bought anybody something like huge. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I've never been in that situation where I like after this had somebody that I really wanted to like buy them something. Where's my getting those? Just little gifts here and there, but nothing like crazy, you know. All right, guys, I think I'm done. Me too. This is mine. No, it's crooked. Shit. It says like some flowers, summer vibe. It has some money signs, some little quotes about money, and our picture at the top. Whee! Okay. I think this is it for me right here. Last little touch, and ta-da! Oh, the piggy bank is so cute. I thought so too. All right. I love it. I wish I had more summary stuff here. Yeah, it's so crazy when we start doing the scrap and chat thing, like, or like the scrapbooking. It's like, oh, I wish we had more of this, or oh, I wish we had more of that. Like, you realize the thing that you don't have. Sandals. Yeah. Oh, yeah, those are so cute. I know. It's like perfect. Mm-hmm. Oh, here, the beach stuff. Yeah, there's a lot of little beach things, like swimsuits and planners. I was looking for a picture that had like just the beach, like there's people on the beach, but I couldn't find one of just the beach. Yeah, see, I just found one. Did you really? Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. Put it on there. Yeah, use that one. Cool. Okay, super cute. Super cute. I can enjoy it. This one's like a lily. That's cute. Love it. Love it. Any final words? Any final words? No, I think we kind of said what we had to say. We said our piece. And yeah, anybody struggling out there with money, it'll be okay. We'll get through this. Yeah, it's just, it seems like it's the end. And it's crazy how much a difference a year makes. Like this time last year, like yeah, it was it's just, oh my God. And hey, that is so cute. I think we're good. Yeah, super cute. So this, there's gonna be hella glitter. It's okay. We'll sweep this. This one's mine. I don't know where it is. Yeah, it's right there. Oh, okay. Oh, so adorable. I love it. Yay. And then we'll post these up on our Instagram.
Yes.
We'll have like close-up photos of the picture or the page itself.
Yes.
But yeah, guys,
thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for being here. Keep joining our conversations, and
we'll see you in July.
In July.
Sorry, I cut you.
It's okay.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, and if you'd like to leave comments, just follow, subscribe,
share.
Do
all the things. Do all the things.
All right, guys.
All right.
Well,
bye.
Bye. See you later. Peace out.
See you later, alligator.